Welcome again, everyone. So, for today's lecture, we are moving from the ideological phase of nursing entrepreneurship into the concrete phase of structural design. As nurses, we inherently notice gaps in patient care, but translating those gaps into viable, sustainable businesses requires a structured approach. So today, we will synthesize the innovation frameworks with the financial and economic realities which are outlined by many authors and experts. We will look at how to design nursing services that not only solve real healthcare issues but do so with economic viability and a commitment to global sustainability through the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goals or SDGs. Before we build any business, we must know what success looks like. So by the end of this lecture, you won't just understand these concepts theoretically, but you will have the conceptual tools to map out an entire nursing service, ensure it makes financial sense, and align it with global standards of equity and sustainability. Okay, so by the end of this session, you will be able to design nursing services or products that directly respond to identified health and social needs, construct a patient or customer journey map and service blueprint, formulate a compelling value proposition and unique selling point, and integrate sustainable developmental goals into your healthcare business models. Okay. Let's begin with service and product design. Okay. This will remind us that the true healthcare innovation is not just about the cool idea, but it must be an evidence-based solution to an actual clinical or social gap. As nurses, we see these gaps daily when we handle our patients or when we are assigned in different areas in the clinical or in the community settings. Whether it's poor post-discharge follow-up or a lack of accessible foot care for diabetic. However, it was emphasized that we operate in an environment of scarce resources. Your design cannot just be clinically sound, but it must be economically viable. If your service costs more to operate than the value it delivers, it cannot sustain itself. So, our design phase must balance clinical efficiency with financial reality. The framework presented here will help us guarantee a viable business venture. It starts with identifying health gap that we see from the clinical or community, or it can be based on the needs of the society, followed by evidence-based solution, which is according to Melling's framework, and deciding for a venture that will be economically viable. So, what will be the nursing advantage? We nurses sit at the intersection of clinical need, patient advocacy, and system inefficiency. So, this will automatically serve as our guide in thinking or designing the venture that we want to come up with, those that will assure us economic viability. Innovation must be grounded in evidence-based practice. Remember, do not create a product looking for a problem, but find an established problem and build the evidence-based solution. Healthcare resources are scarce, so product design must account for cost efficiency, resource optimization, and financial sustainability from starting day one. Before you build the back end of the business, you must map the front end or the front end user experience. We do this through patient journey mapping. This tool will force us to step out of our clinician minds and step into the patient's shoes. Where do you feel confused? Where do they wait too long? These are the questions that will help you identify the gaps and decide for the venture that will guarantee your success. For example, if you are designing a mobile lactation consulting service, the journey will not start when you walk into the home, but it will start when a sleep-deprived parent is crying at 3 a.m. searching for help. So if your entry point is not seamless at that exact emotional friction point, you will lose your clients or your target clients. The empathy-driven design is the cornerstone of successful healthcare entrepreneurship. Okay? So, looking at our slide, talking about patient journey, seeing through the world through the patient's eyes. Okay. Definition means a visual representation of the stages a medical consumer or patient goes through when interacting with your service. What are the key components? The action, the thinking, and the feeling or the pain points. Action will answer what is the patient doing at each phase. Thinking will answer what are their questions or cognitive burdens. And feeling or pain points will answer where do they experience fear, confusions, or delays. These key components are important factors for you to consider because the answers to these questions will give you the idea of the most appropriate and practical venture that you can possibly come up with, depending on the needs of the clients or your patients. Your goal as nurse entrepreneurs is to identify the friction points in the current healthcare ecosystem and position your venture exactly at those points to alleviate the pain. So, does this mean that your venture should only focus on pain? No. What this means is that you have to look exactly the problem of your target clienteles. And that specific problem should be your basis in coming up for a solution that will be translated into your business venture. Now, if the patient journey map is the script of a movie, for example, or a play, the service blueprint is everything happening backstage to make the play run smoothly. It tracks the customer actions across a line of visibility. Above the line is the front stage, which are the elements the patient sees, like your website, your clinic space, or your smiling staff. Below the line is the backstage and support processes. This is where financial management principles become very important. This will answer the questions: who will handle billing? How is inventory to be managed? What software protects patient data under the Republic Act or policy? A beautiful patient journey will collapse if your backstage support processes are inefficient or financially drained. Why should a patient, a hospital system, or an insurance company pay for your service? This brings us to the value proposition and the unique selling point or USP. So, nurses' innate value proposition is our holistic, patient-centered approach. But as entrepreneurs, we must quantify that value. Your value proposition cannot just be provided or cannot just be providing good nursing care, but it must explicitly state the pains you relieve and the gains you create. Okay. Stakeholders, especially insurers or investors, look for a value proposition that drives down cost or prevents expensive readmission. So your unique selling point or your USP is your competitive shield. It answers the question, why you? Bakit ikaw among all others? Why will they choose you? As we look toward the future of healthcare, we cannot design business in a vacuum. Consumers, investors, and communities are demanding ethical accountability. This is where we integrate the United Nations Sustainable Developmental Goals or SDGs. We nurses are uniquely positioned to drive these goals. Okay, we have while SDG 3 or good health and well-being is our natural home because basically we are healthcare provider. But true nursing entrepreneurship touches so much more. When you start a venture, you have the opportunity to build a workplace that embodies SDG 8, decent work, by protecting your staff from the burnout so prevalent in corporate healthcare. You can address SDG 10 by designing sliding scale fees for vulnerable populations. With this, you can champion this as kind of visionary and ethical leadership. Okay. So again, why SDG matter in healthcare? Because modern business requires a triple bottom line: people, planet, and profit. So what will be our primary SDGs as nurse entrepreneurs? Again, SDG 3, which is our natural home, focus on good health and well-being, the core of all nursing ventures. SDG 5, gender equality, empowering a predominantly female profession through leadership. SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, meaning providing fair wages and safe working conditions for your staff. SDG 10, reducing inequalities, meaning you will ensure equitable access to care. And SDG 12, responsible consumption or production, engaging or focusing on eco-friendly medical waste management. Okay, so let's ground these concepts in a concrete example. Imagine a venture called EcoNurse Care. So you as a founder, identified a health need. For example, post-operative patients who are getting infections at home because they did not know how to care for their wounds, leading to a very high cost of hospital readmission. Okay. So using economic principles, the value proposition is framed around cost savings for the hospital system and the patient by preventing readmissions. So if we are going to use evidence-based framework, the service will use proven wound care protocols. This will definitely prevent readmission. And finally, the entrepreneur integrates SDGs by utilizing probably electric vehicles for travel and sourcing biodegradable dressings. This is a complete modern nursing venture, clinically sound, economically viable, and socially responsible. So again, what will be our focus SDG here? We have again SDG 3 through direct health intervention, and SDG 12 minimizing plastic medical waste via eco-friendly sourcing. Okay? So to summarize, to wrap up today's sessions, remember that entrepreneurship is a powerful vehicle for nursing leadership. By blending the evidence-based innovation strategies with the financial discipline, you can create structures that change the face of healthcare. So what will be your roadmap as nurse entrepreneurs? First, you identify the gap. Root your product or service design in evidence-based solutions to real health and social inequalities. Then map and blueprint. Visualize the patient's emotional journey while strictly organizing your back-end economic and operational support systems. Refine your message. Clearly articulate a value proposition that addresses clinical pain points and financial realities. And lastly, lead with purpose. Embed global sustainability into your business core. Remember, do not just build a business to make a profit, but build a business that transforms patient experiences, respects resources, and uplifts the global community through the SDGs. So again, thank you very much for your time in listening.